I'm Leon Cook. I'm a director in APCO Worldwide's London office. It's Friday, June 9th, which is the morning after the night before of the general election. For those of you that didn't spend the evening awake watching the results come in, the unthinkable has happened, that the Conservatives have not won with a majority, and the fact we have the prospect of a hung parliament or a coalition government with potentially the Democratic Unionist Party of Northern Ireland. An election was unlosable some 7 weeks ago when called by Theresa May with a 19-point lead as a result of one catastrophe after another in terms of the manifesto, not debating opposition and U-turns, has left her mortally wounded, and the question remains over the course of today whether she'll actually remain in office and as Prime Minister. Jeremy Corbyn, the Labour leader, is absolutely here to stay and is galvanised by this and actually calling for her to step down. As a result of that, what are the three takeaways and key points from last night? Number one, soft Brexit is much more likely. You have a clear division now within the country. The youth vote was very, very strong last night, which helped the Labour vote. Some estimated 72% of 18 to 24-year-olds actually came out to vote. They are overwhelmingly for Remain, and therefore there will be pressure on the negotiating team that is supposed to sit down with Michel Barnier, the EU lead for the Brexit negotiations, in some 10 days' time. They will be very, very happy with last night's result. And as a result of that, any deal that we get will become that much more expensive as a result in terms of payments made or what we have to concede in lieu of that. Number two, pollsters. Who'd want to be them? They were once again exposed last night for the third election in a row. They got it wrong. Only two actually came out with any credibility. Survation, a new outfit, and YouGov, who actually tweaked their methodology to mirror that of Survation, which basically gave credence to the high voter turnout amongst the youth, and whoever said when they went out into the field they were actually going to vote for a particular party, that was factored in. I think that going forward for the next elections you're going to see people using that methodology. Point three, the Union is safe for now. The Scottish independence referendum has potentially been postponed or put off as a result of last night's result. The Scottish Nationalist Party lost 22 seats. The record of the SNP under the leadership of Nicola Sturgeon has taken a bit of a dent domestically. There have been problems there with education and their running of the National Health Service, and you've seen that in terms of the Scottish Tories Conservatives actually picking up seats, 12 seats, unbelievable. Largely thanks to the leadership of Ruth Davidson, who is now being tipped as a future Scottish leader. All of these things, however, are very fluid, and over the course of this week we will see whether Theresa May remains in office, whether the Conservatives actually do a coalition deal with the DUP, and what that means for Brexit negotiations in 10 days' time. Thank you.